Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
On an almost starless night, three scions find themselves doing battle with something from beyond the empty sky. Join Becca, Jorin, and Slavic in a Scion Second Edition game, Under the Lonely Sky. If you want to learn more about Twin Cities by Night, you can find us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM, where you can find a link to our Discord. Thank you for listening, and enjoy. Welcome, listeners, to the one-shot for Scion Second Edition. This is going to be called Under the Lonely Sky. And right now, our heroes are on a road trip heading north to the Great Canadian Wilderness because their patron gods told them essentially, do this because I'm a god. So right now, our heroes have just entered the great state of Wyoming, famous for its wide open spaces and not much else, honestly. Sorry if you're from Wyoming, but it's a pretty empty state, honestly. It's just wide open spaces and cattle and horses. You don't have much else aside from that. We'll start off with introducing you guys. So introduce your character and just sort of say, how have they been getting on the other's nerves? Because you're on a road trip, and as anyone who's been on a road trip knows, you got on each other's nerves after about several dozens of hours in the car and together. Let's start off with Alex.
Okay. Where shall I start? Alex Hollinger is a child of two parents who actually could not really get a child. So they made a deal with Ishtar, and Ishtar shaped them a child out of clay, which was then named Alex. And Alex is non-binary, so they use they/them pronouns, and they tend to take charge of the thinking within the group. Sometimes they overdo this, so they made up this wonderful at least 11-step plan for this entire road trip alone. And nothing has truly gone according to plan because you cannot really plan pee breaks. But Alex has planned pee breaks. And now they had to stop at least 3 times more than Alex wanted to. So that is definitely a point of tension within this entire group.
All right, now let's go to Farö.
Farö Midand, she is a daughter of Sekhmet and has been training her pretty much since she was young to be a hero. So she's very warrior-esque, like does a lot of punching and defending people, but she definitely yearns for more in her life. And actually, with Alex kind of taking that, I'm the leader, I'm the one making up the plans, going with this, like, Farö is really annoyed because she sees herself as, she wants to be a leader as well, but doesn't necessarily know how to make the right steps to get there. And so those 3 extra pee breaks are totally because I refuse to pee in a bottle. I do not have the right anatomy, and, not everybody can just change whenever they want.
Fuck anatomy.
And so for those not at home who don't know, Sekhmet is a Egyptian goddess who typically depicted as being lion-headed. And now, last but not least, Blanca Morales.
All right. So Blanca Morales is a chosen scion of, and I'm going to butcher this, mythic Chehuatl, which is the goddess of the Aztec underworld. And the way how she became a scion is that, let's just say, the way she drove as a stunt driver was a little too dangerous, and she attracted the attention of the goddess of death. And that did sort of put her into the difficult position of becoming a scion for her.
Turns out you can only defy death so long before death just starts getting annoyed at you and makes you do work for them.
Pretty much, and now she has to ferry scions all over the place, and it's annoying, but at least now she can basically scare them with her driving skills all over the place.
All right. So I'll say it's getting late at night. It's in the wee hours of the morning. And considering this is Wyoming, there's not really that many places to stop between breaks. Basically, like the last town you passed by was about 3 hours back, and so it's the middle of the night. The stars are out, except all of you. Give me I'd say intelligence plus, I'd say just science, I guess. Science or, just science roll.
And if we have no science?
Then I will accept survival. Well, if you look at your character sheet, you should have a guide who give you a little. You can use your guide to roll for your survival if you don't have any yourself.
Okay, so survival plus intellect?
Yes.
Ooh, nice. Then I have 2 successes.
I have none.
So 2 for Alex and 2 for Farö. Looks like. All right, so since I'll put it down, since Blanca is the one driving, she's not really paying attention to the people in the back. And so that gives Farö and Alex plenty of time to just stare out the window at the sky. And as you're driving along, you've noticed that since you started driving out, usually out here away from the cities, you get a very beautiful look at this night sky full of stars, and it's just very, very wonderful to look at. But here you realize something's off. You can clearly see the sky, but you're not seeing a lot of stars. In fact, it takes you a bit, and if you you have to look around, and you see maybe one star in the distance. It's almost like it's very odd. Like it's definitely twinging off this is not natural senses. Do you share this with the others, or you just keep this to yourselves?
So Farö will look out the window for quite a time. Like at first she's thinking, nah, that can't be the case. It must be like clouds rolling in. But then like she starts looking closer and it's like, do you see that?
Uh-huh.
The one star that we do see, what direction is it? Are we going towards it?
It's a bit like it's off. You guys are traveling northish. The star is more westward. And you do see like way off this, you think you see like almost looks like a bit of smoke in the sky, but you're not really sure. It's like very distant. Like basically, like you look at the star, and then below it directly, you see like a little bit of smoke. It looks like in the distance, but it's very hard. It's very far.
And it's not the smoke clouding the stars.
Correct.
Just to make sure.
It's just barely. Like it's very hard. Yeah, it doesn't look like it could be causing enough smoke to do that.
Smoke on a starless night. Don't think that is a good sign at all.
All right, now I'll say so. A bit of time passes, and you pull up to a small. You see like signs saying, next town 10 miles, and then the next town after that several hundred miles. And then you get closer, and then you pull up. You see like little signs saying you're now entering Douglas, Wyoming, and you can see you see a main street, a few places. What looks like a kind of bar / hotel place. It's small town USA-ish. Are you guys going to stop, or are you guys going to keep driving through the night?
So, guys, on the current planning, it said that we would stay in Douglas. So right here, basically.
I can go all night.
That would be wonderful.
Right?
Yeah,
fuck the plan.
Well, no, we're not going to fuck the plan.
Fuck the plan, right? Virgil, what do you say as Morales turns to her dog?
Virgil, it looks like the dog from Coco is just like happily it turns to look at you and just happily gives a dog smile.
That's what I'm saying, Virgil. Fuck the plan.
Morales, you're just lucky that in the plan it is much better if you just keep driving.
Plans are overrated. Now you just want me. I just want to stop in the middle of the forest or something.
Well, if we don't stop here, then I don't have a problem with stopping in the forest, I guess.
All right, you just drive on through town, I guess.
Hey, Farö, pass me those snacks, please.
Yeah, sure. They make sure to pull out Cheez-Its that crumble really, really well. And do you wanna drink? It's a little warm at this point. We want some of my slushie.
All I'm saying is you guys are cleaning the car after this is done.
All I'm saying is Farö's going to clean the car. Farö brought the snacks.
Come on. You got a nice puppy up here. And she'll feed Virgil. She'll feed Virgil some Cheez-Its.
Does it just fall through?
He's not a ghost dog. He just knows how to get to the underworld easier than most dogs.
Also, as part of the god of abominations and demons or whatever. Or not that's his patron or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, Zothal dogs, Xotol. They're kind of like the heralds or emissaries of another god of the underworld who can journey back and forth. It's a very intricate system. So you guys just blow on past town, leaving the carefully constructed plan I had in the ruins. I'm kidding. It's only
we
half
don't like
constructed.
plans. Okay, Morales does not like plans.
So you keep driving on through town, and you see a few more road signs. You see, beware of horse crossings, cattle crossings, centaur crossings, and then you see another sign come up saying, "Beware of centaurs. They may be armed."
By the way, guys, if you hit a centaur, it's technically roadkill. But if you eat the human half, it's cannibalism. What if you only eat the horse half?
I don't know. Would it?
Have you?
Okay. Would it actually be cannibalism if you eat the human half? Because it's not full.
Yeah, but
human?
it's a human half. That's the point. It's half human.
The fact,
I think the more important question here is: have you actually ever eaten a horse before?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh well, excuse me.
Fucking Americans.
Seriously, you don't. What do you think they put in those random sausages you can buy in the supermarket? Half of it is horse. Nice reference.
Also, horse is great meat, by the way. Just so you know.
There goes my childhood.
Okay. As the possibly murderous, possibly cannibalistic group continues down the road.
Look, okay. It's just theoretical.
Okay. And so you keep driving down the road, and like the last few hours, there's pretty much no one else on the road, except you do see one truck in the distance. You see a pair of headlights start popping up, and you see it gets closer and closer, and then you see in the glow of the headlights, you suddenly see just figures start darting across the road. Right in front of you. Do you stop? Do you hit the brakes, or do you just keep driving through the sudden rush of figures blocking the road?
What do you think the Daredevil stunt driver is going to do? Of course, we're not going to hit the brakes.
Okay. Give me a dexterity and a pilot roll.
Okay, should be 10 dice. That should be doable. 3 successes.
Okay, so okay, I'll say you make it through, but the sheer amount of the figures, it means you will still clip one of them, because it was almost like, have you ever seen those videos the sheep in somewhere like New Zealand or somewhere, it's just a solid swarm of them. There's no room to move the car. It's a bit like that, but since the swarm was just starting to cross the road, you still managed almost impossibly, at one point you get on 2 wheels, you just you worm your way past the horde, the majority of the horde, but still you manage to clip one of them, and the sheer size of it manages to send your car for a bit of a spin. Give me another dex plus pilot roll to see if you can control the spin.
I somehow fail. Okay, so this is a question I have for a storyteller. If I have a special thing. Oh, right. Okay. So we have 4. Yeah. So we have 4 dice in our momentum pool. Sorry. You can't have specialties in the attributes here. Never mind.
So do you want to spend your momentum, or do you want to just...
No. I just want to state that we have 4 momentum in our
And
pool.
so, for those
all
who
thanks
haven't
to me.
played Scion before, you can spend momentum to gain bonuses or help with rolls. So with having clipped one of the creatures on the road, you just sort of spin out, and you come to a screeching halt. And you see this time, both you and the truck are facing the same way. You're facing the direction you were you came from, and you see there's just a horde of centaurs just crossing the road. You see one of them sort of like writhing on the ground away from the others, but still the horde is just keeping on moving.
You guys are seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah. Are you just gonna sit here?
Look, let me just see what I can do. Virgil, you think these guys are alive or not? I'm not saying they're spirits, but they might be spirits.
The dog, you see the dog sort of like just sniffs, and they just doesn't give you a shake of the head.
All right. Looks like they're migrating somewhere. Let's just get out the way and move forwards.
And so, yeah, you see like the one you clipped. It's still like it gets up and it starts limping away, and it gives you a chance to really get a good look at him. All of you, give me a. Why is there no perception? I'm so confused by that decision. Give me an intellect and the culture roll. 2 successes all around. I see. So with 2 successes, all of you reach the same conclusion in that you see like the centaurs, like the one you hit, and you see like flashes of it on the other ones. You see like they're covered it, like the human torso is covered. It almost looks like ash or something. It's like paint, like they're covered in like ash, and you see like symbols drawn in the ash. But since it's all moving around, you can't really get a good look at it. But it's definitely a bit unusual because, as much as centaurs who you know that there's essentially two types of centaurs: those who live in the cities and are just happen to be people with horse halves, and those who choose to live out in the wilderness, who prefer to live more nomadic and more primitive lifestyles, and covering themselves with full ash coloring and having symbols drawn on them. That's even for like some of the more nomadic types. That's unusual, but you don't really know that much more aside from that.
Do we know how the wild tribe or how the tribes are usually to humans? Like, what is their opinion about us or about humans in general?
Okay, so you know that it sort of depends. Some places they're a bit like almost like almost like communes at times. Usually they just keep to themselves, and some groups do to like raid, like go to like a town and steal stuff. Some of them have been hostile in the past, but usually like that is not very common, and it's there's like been a huge variety in like just all the types of different like cultures and societies that centaurs can arrange themselves in. So you can't just know which of them most likely to wind up just by looking at them.
I'm willing to bet that the fire that we saw earlier is why they have so much ash on them, but it doesn't explain the symbols.
Who cares? Let's just go on.
And so, as you all do you continue driving? Yeah, I can't let you escape from this. You're not going to run away from the story. And so, as you watching the herd travel on, you see the truck driver who's also stopped on the road. So you see stick his head out the window, and you see it's like a 18-wheeler, but it's just the front cab. There's no huge trailer attached to it. And you see a man stick his head out the window and yell back to you, "Hey, you okay back there?" Do you answer him?
Yes.
How's your car? I saw you clip one of them. Those bastards can get big, and they can do real damage to your car.
Barely scratched the paint.
You say,
know what I'm saying?
That's a big dent in the side of it.
Hey, it's a divine car.
It's not. It's still a car. It's only got so much divine in it. All right.
Fair enough.
Hey, you've been in town. I just got back off of work. They giving you any trouble over the town? They causing any ruckus?
I'm not sure. We passed the town and kind of ignored it.
Oh, tourists, I see. Or travelers, I guess.
Just passerbys.
You do know you're in Wyoming, right? You came here on your own free will, right?
Well, we're passing through Wyoming.
Well, I just gotta ask, because sometimes people wind up here that didn't intend to wind up here.
Is it that bad?
Well, I remember one time about, I wasn't here for it myself, but I heard 30 years ago, I know there was old Attila and the monk came, that's how they came into town back then. And otherwise, like, they were just more centaurs just passing through.
Yeah, what's up with those guys anyway?
Morales,
Well,
get us out of here. We cannot stay here for much longer. We'll be surrounded. We will never leave.
Oh, shut up.
You come back for to get into my story. Well, okay, so I don't know. They kept themselves mostly. I haven't really. They've been getting acting a bit odd lately, though. They've been getting closer to town, riling stuff up. Sometimes you hear gunshots in the night. Ain't been no violence yet, though.
Is there someone you think in the town that could help with my car? I really don't like it dented.
Well, I mean, you could try to see old Attila. I mean,
All right, we're going to see old Attila.
all right, just follow him. I'll drive you to him. It's just right. It's just right in the town.
Fair enough.
And so yeah, you guys wait for another like few minutes as like the herd finally starts petering out, and then you drive back into Douglas with like you see like one of your headlights is flickering a bit. Okay, so you driving. The truck driver sticks his head out. Name's Weston. What's yours?
Name's Morales. This here is Alex. This here is Frayed.
Nice meeting you. You see, he gets a cowboy hat, just tips it to you, then puts it back in his cabin.
Yeah, Morales just sort of waves at him. I assume Morales is just this very skinny person, like almost deathly. It's like you can see her bones almost. That sort of thinness, that sort of very unhealthy visage.
All right, so
where this person should definitely eat more, but they don't because of like terrible lifestyle choices.
and I'll say if you can probably tell there's some pictures in like the windshield of old from old glories of previous stunt shows. You see like the past Blanca used to be a bit more lively looking, but then at some point things just started to get a bit more ghostly.
Yeah, I assume Morales just has like a picture of her goddess there, and basically the way she looks like is that she was flayed alive as a child, her goddess, right? So it's basically this monstrosity there with a very sort of kind look on its face, and yeah, lots of bones and other trinkets because she's her priestess as well.
So Weston leads you into town, and he takes you. He points out various bits and places. He gives you the full tour of the place before finally he leads it to a mechanic shop. You just see the words Attila written above the garage entrance. You see he honks the horn and just say, "Attila, got some customers for you." Then you hear a bit of of language that none of you can really understand. It definitely sounds very foreign to you, though. And he looks Asian, but he looks almost like, gives you a sort of like the Mongolian, the sort of rounder features, but still got the coloring and very ruddy faced. But you see that he's got blue overalls, grease stains, rolled up sleeves. Yeah. What you need? Want me to fix that big old dent?
Yes, please. How long would that take anyway?
He pull into. Let me see it better in the light. Few hours at the very least.
All right. I guess we can grab a little bit of shut eye here.
All right. There's old Eddie's down the block. You can get some food, some drinks, and then he's got a few places you can crash out upstairs.
All right. That sounds good, Alex.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take the time and reschedule everything.
Question.
And Alex just crosses his arms and storms. So Alex crosses his arms and storms off in the direction of Eddie's.
All right, and then you see old Attila. Have any of you traveled to Asia recently? The northern part of it specifically?
Can't say that I have.
I thought you might have been like me, and it's easy to get lost in the wide open horse plains. A lot of empty places connect to each other, you know.
Depends. I mean, there's not that many worshippers of my goddess there, but I might have been in the vicinity, technically, at one point or another. Probably not, though.
Well, I'd like to ask just because, you know, people, the honest people tend to pop up here. People get lost up here. I should know.
Never lost.
Well, I'll see you in a bit. Ladies, I'll get to work in your car. So, do all three of you go to Eddie's, or like what?
Morales kind of pissed that her car's damaged. So, yeah, she's probably going to Eddie's, but in a really bad mood. Sort of see it in the way she walks.
All right.
I think as Alex was already heading that way, they arranged a table there and made sure that the favorite drinks are already ready for when the rest arrives.
You called ahead and placed a request order.
We're going to be here a while. I know everybody is fed up with driving, or at least two of us are fed up with driving, and one of us is just sad because the car broke down. So yeah, drinks are in order.
All right, so you head into Eddie's. You see it's almost like you're done in the sort of just old west, almost a bit of a western vibe to it. But that's less because of intent and more just because it's in Wyoming, where there's a lot of horse and cattle ranchers around the place, and there's not much else going on. So you see you see a lot of sun bits, and you see a lot of sun tanned men, some windburn, several days and having not shaved, all kinds of that sort of folk just milling around. And then you go in and you get your drinks.
Like our style and ready to jump into a longer term game? Make sure to check out Missouri Crossing, our Down Darker Trails Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition game. Starting in the Dakotas in the 1800s, our players have just settled in what will be known as Bismarck, North Dakota, Missouri Crossing.